icebreaker speech called How Did I Get From There to Here? Mr. Young.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, how did I get there from here? Interesting question, isn't it? Well, using the words of a dear fellow of mine, of whom I know not, yet he inspired me, Dr. William H. Cosby, Jr. Some of you may know him or know of him. He once stated, I started out as a child. That's how I got from there to here. Born here in Asheville, North Carolina, 67 years, 1 month, 9 days ago. Wonderful place. There's a TV station in Asheville called WLOS. Wonderful land of the sky. When you come to Asheville, you come to God's country. That's why I decided to stay here. But as a young man growing up, or a child growing up, I saw many things that interested me. I saw many things that disappointed me. But most of all, I found out that I had parents that really cared. They really cared about their children, all 5 of us, whole handful. But as one of the things that they did teach us is how to care for people, how to be sensitive of other people, their needs, their desires, and how they felt. I've carried that over through all of the years that I've been here, and it has made a difference in my life. The only thing that I try to do, or have tried to do as I've grown up, is make a difference in someone else's life. Doesn't matter who it is. I've always said, and I had to learn this, because at the age of, somewhere around 12, 13, I thought I was the man. I was the man. 12 years old, the only man that I knew that was the man that I thought of was my father. He showed me that he was the man. There's a lot of hurt to prove it. But it made a better person out of me, because he taught me things that I should know. How to grow up and how to live a life that could improve someone else's life. That's what's been so important to me. But as I grew up as a teenager, I had this aspiration that I wanted to be an electronic engineer. As a youngster, I took apart my uncle's radio, a portable radio. It had 8 D-cell batteries in it, and it worked okay. When I got through with it and put it back together, I was amazed. It worked. It actually worked. But I was a tinkerer. But as I went through high school and graduated, and by the way, I graduated from Stevens Lee High School. Some of you may or may not have heard of it. But it was the only black high school in Asheville. They bust kids in from Morris Hill just to come to school. But the last graduating class from the Castle on the Hill, I was very proud of that. However, going to college for me was not something that I was ready for. My mother, she wanted me to go to college. And I said, Mother, if you'll forgive me, I do not intend to waste my time or your money going to school. That nearly broke her heart. However, what really triggered it was, I said, let's do something different. Let's join the military. Well, I did. Best thing I ever did in my life, because I grew up. I found out that everything did not go my way. And if it did go my way, it was usually wrong. But that's okay. It gave me an opportunity to learn. And from that point, I said, there's never anything wrong, just an opportunity to make something better. So I made the better of that time that I spent in the military. It gave me an opportunity to grow up and learn. You get out of the military, you want to do something fantastic. I went to school, studied electronics, loved it, but I said, what if I can't do electronics? So let's go back to school and get a degree in business, which we did. 11 and a half years later, we finished school. But that's okay. I still persevered till I finished. Going into the work world, all of the things that I had learned from my parents, all of the things that I learned in the military, the things that I learned in the work world, gave me the opportunity to do so many things that I've done today. And here, I'm somewhat, kind of almost retired. I still work. I work at Sam's Club, doing a bit of this and a bit of that. I work in that cafe. But I figured that that's another feather in the cap, something that I didn't know how to do. So you take that opportunity to learn. So, as we go on, we shall endeavor to do other things and make life better for someone else. Mr. Toastmaster.